Stay connected to gratitude. Hit the follow button right now and join thousands of listeners tuning in each week. We're the Gratitude Seekers. Come join us. Hi, Gratitude Seeker, and welcome to a new episode of the Gratitude Podcast. Thank God 2025 is over. Do you feel grateful for the fact that 2025 is over? To be honest, I do. It was a really challenging year, both personally and also globally. So if you're with me on this one, let's just take a sigh of relief. Thank God we can start anew, and I believe we can do that by remembering those good things that happened this year, those things that we are grateful for. When there are so many challenges in our lives, our nervous system is even more reactive to all of the external stimuli that we feel that might harm us one way or another. I think we all hoped for peace in 2025. We even hoped that we were quite close to it, but unfortunately we were just disappointed. Also, a constant threat in 2025 that I believe we all felt one way or another was the emergence of AI. We felt that in many ways it could replace us, and it just created a lot of tension, a lot of uncertainty, and really not much hope for a brighter future from that point of view, at least. And this is on top of COVID and on top of the impact COVID already had upon us personally, but also us as a race. I believe we still have scars and wounds from the pandemic. It left a mark on all of us, and even though we managed to cope one way or another, in time, some of the suppressed feelings came out in all of us one way or another. These, of course, have clouded our capacity to see the good as much as we maybe could have seen in the past. So to start 2026 renewed, I believe that the best exercise that we can do is the one that we do each year, focusing on at least one, but ideally 3 things that we are grateful for in each month of the passing year. These things can be really small, maybe insignificant to others, as I'm going to share with you as well. But they can also be big things that you may be proud of, or things that really had a beautiful lasting impact on you. And the way I like to do this is by helping my brain elicit emotion. If I ask you what was great in January of 2025, most probably it would be quite hard for you to get back to that particular month at least and be able to remember some good things that happened, or some things that you're grateful for. Unless you have a gratitude journal where you write down the things that you're grateful for. So if you are doing that constantly, this is a really good opportunity for you to look back and not just see the year in review from a general perspective, but look at the year from a more personal, more small moments type of perspective. Our life is made up of small moments, when we get mad, of small moments when we get frustrated, of small moments when we become sad, but also of small moments when we are joyful, when we're happy, when we had an experience that put a smile on our face. And what I'd like us to do is to actually focus on those small moments that we have experienced in the last year, and to make it easier to relive these moments. The best way I found I could do this, and I've seen other people doing it as well beautifully, is by looking at the pictures from our phones. Whether we have Google Photos or we have our photos locally or on iCloud, we can search for a particular month. So, for instance, for January, you just need to write in the search bar January 2025. That will bring up the photos that you've taken in that particular month and will help you remember some of the things that were great about that month. But a word of caution, since pictures are so good at eliciting emotions, they might elicit all kinds of emotions, not just the ones that we want, the positive ones, the ones that help us feel grateful. So be sure to approach this with an open heart, but also with a clear focus on finding those things that made you smile, those things that made you grateful, whether in that moment or now as you see them once again. And I want you to take the time to enjoy. Take the time to not just look at the picture, but also relive the moment. Get back there into that beautiful experience and feel the joy, feel the beauty of that particular moment, and try to remember all of the sensations, whether that's tactile, for instance, if it's a picture of your dog or your cat, the feeling that you have in your hands when you pet them. Or maybe you went to a spa, try to remember the smells from there. Try to remember the feeling that you had in your body. Taking again the example of a spa, how relaxed your body was. If it's a picture of some amazing food that you ate, try to remember the taste, the smell maybe.
Americans spend an average of 90% of their time indoors and take about 20,000 breaths a day. According to the EPA, indoor air is 2 to 5 times more polluted than outdoor air, and in some cases up to 100 times more polluted. Data shows that air pollution is responsible for nearly 7 million premature deaths globally. We are fortunate enough to live outside the city with easy access to it and a green meadow view outside the window. The not so fortunate part is that when we open the windows, we can hear all the constant traffic close to us and the air quality isn't the best. Aside from that, our neighbors have a passion for using all kinds of fossil fuel motors to build or cut grass. I love doing breath work. I'm sure you do too. And it's in those moments when you breathe deeply that you become aware of the quality of the air you breathe and how important it actually is. So what's the solution? Introducing an air purifier that captured the attention of established media outlets such as CNN, Money, ABC, and more. Air Doctor. Air Doctor filters out 99.99% of dangerous contaminants and allergens such as pollen, pet dander, dust mite, mold, and even bacteria and viruses, so your lungs don't have to. All air ductor purifiers also feature whisper jet fans, 30% quieter than ordinary air purifiers. Air Doctor also comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so if you don't love it, just send it back for a refund minus shipping. Head to airdoctorpro.com and use promo code GRATITUDE, and depending on the model, you'll receive up to 39% off or up to $300 off. Exclusive to podcast customers, you will also receive a free 3-year warranty on any unit, which is an additional $84 value. Lock the special offer by going to airdoctorpro.com and use promo code GRATITUDE.
Doing this and really immersing yourself into this experience will help you rewire the way you see this last year. After doing this for each month, like I said, finding at least one if you don't have the time to do more, but ideally 3 reasons to feel grateful for each month. Write them down, whether you write them by hand or in your phone or on your computer. Just take the time to also write down these things that you're grateful for. For January of 2025, I'm grateful for. And just write the things that you are grateful for. Ideally, if you want to take it to another level, write the sensations as well, not just the fact that you're grateful for going to the spa, but also writing the fact that you're grateful for the fact that you've taken the time to give yourself the rest and the restoration that you needed at that time, how relaxed your body was, how amazing those smells were, and how much better you felt in your own body afterwards. So, to give you some inspiration, some examples, I'm going to share with you one thing that I'm grateful for in each month of 2025. I'm not going to go into much detail, I don't want to bore you, but I just want to give you some ideas, some things that you can write as well that I'm sure we have in common, things that you have done as well. And they might not be big things, but things that really had a beautiful impact that you are grateful for. So for January of 2025, I'm grateful for a lunch that we had with some friends, for the good food that we ate, and the laughter and joy that we shared. In February, we went to a stand-up comedy show with some of our favorite comedians. We laughed so hard that our bellies hurt. It was a particularly challenging period, and the fact that we got to have that experience and just detach and laugh was absolutely amazing. In March, I'm grateful for being able to go to a Salvador Dali exposition and immersing myself in his art, detaching from the day to day and seeing life and things from his perspective, seeing his beautiful artwork up close, taking the time to soak it in, made for an out of this world experience. In April, after some years of wanting to do this and not being able to for different reasons, we got to go to the Netherlands and visit some friends and also experience the tulips in full bloom. We got to go to Keukenhof Tulip Gardens, and for several hours we just walked around and enjoyed the beauty and the colors of nature in full bloom. In May, we also got to do something that we wanted to do for quite a while. We went to a concert of a local artist that we have been listening to for quite some years, but we never got to see him up close in a concert. And I'm really grateful that we went to that concert because it was really amazing. I love how artists are able to live emotions so deeply, so wonderfully, and how they're able to express them and make you feel amazing things that otherwise it would be quite hard to be able to feel them. In June, I'm grateful for taking a walk in a park near the forest, breathing in the fresh air, enjoying the warmth of the sun on the skin, and the beautiful green forest surrounding us. In July, I'm grateful for seeing a double rainbow after the storm, while also taking in the fresh smell after the rain. In September, I'm grateful for visiting a really beautiful flower park in Malmö, Sweden. And even though it was a public park, it was very well maintained and it had some really beautiful flowers that I haven't seen in my life. In October, I'm grateful for a walk in the mountains, enjoying the beautiful scenery, and again taking in the fresh air that you can only find in the mountains. In November, I'm grateful for enjoying a beautiful André Rieu concert with my significant other and going on a ride through all kinds of beautiful emotions in a way that only I believe he can produce with his amazing orchestra. If you haven't heard of André Rieu, I recommend you Google him. He has concerts all over the world, so there's a high chance of you being able to going to a concert. It's really breathtaking. And in December, I'm really grateful for a peaceful, chill dinner with my girlfriend, just enjoying some great food at our favorite vegetarian place with some good music and a really relaxed vibe. So there you go. These are just a few examples, a few things that I am particularly grateful for. Some of them are big things, some are small, but I'm grateful for them all. So give yourself the time to do this exercise and start 2026 with a new vibe, with a new way of seeing the year that has passed, looking forward for experiences and small moments that will make you grateful in the coming year as well. Thank you so much for listening, and I wish you an amazing 2026 with lots of reasons to feel grateful and lots of beautiful moments to cherish.